I'm sorry. Alan is working on his 29th track through the Company Communicator manual. He has been a member for over 25 years. He continues to work the Company Communicator manual as his way of supporting all his clubs while at the same time sharpening the saw. Tonight he will be doing Project 3, Get to the Point. The project requires the speaker to craft a speech with main points supported by subpoints, with an opening, body, and conclusion. With a passion for history, everybody knows that Alan has a passion for history, and inspired by a 1948 postage stamp honoring 4 individuals who died in World War II, tonight Alan will give his speech on a special group within our armed forces who have served and in some cases given their lives in service of our country. Due to the amount of material, this will be an 8 to 12 minute speech. The title of his speech is Above and Beyond the Call of Duty, Alan Mann, Above and Beyond the Call of Duty.
When most of us hear the term military chaplain, we think of that individual who serves in our armed forces and is there for the spiritual needs of our servicemen, the people who defend this country. But throughout our history, there have been men, chaplains, who have served above and beyond the call of duty. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. As Linda said, I was inspired by this postage stamp of the 4 chaplains issued in 1948, and secondary by a presentation of the local rabbi here in Simi Valley. Now, in most cases, the duties of a military chaplain, no matter what the denomination, is to be there for spiritual and other needs, advice that the service people may not feel comfortable going to, say they want to go to their superior officer. I heard a presentation about a year ago from the local rabbi here, Rabbi Michelle Pascal, who in the 70s served as a military chaplain in the Air Force. In fact, she followed her father, a retired rabbi, who served in the Army under the same auspice during the Korean War, not in combat, but during the Korean War era. And she explained that you're like a doctor. You have to be on, when you're on duty, you have to be there on 24-hour call. And there may, if you're, for example, a rabbi, you may be called upon to give last rites, which is a Catholic belief, to someone. On the other hand, if you're a Catholic military chaplain, you may be required to help a Jewish serviceman, or now a woman, help organize a minyan, which is essentially a quorum of individuals of the Jewish faith, so they can say Kaddish if a member of the family dies. And just be for them spiritually. When they go through training as military chaplains, they are trained in all 3 of the Abrahamic faith, Christianity, Judaism, and Muslim, to be there for the service people. But throughout our history, that service has gone way beyond the call of duty. According to the Theological Institute, beginning with the Revolutionary War, on to now, over 400 men, chaplains, have died for their country in combat situations. And many others have served with distinction. The military chaplain position was actually organized by the Continental Congress because they felt that the men out there fighting for freedom need some moral value. Many of these chaplains were fighting against the British too. Every major conflict, the Revolutionary War, War of 1812, Mexican-American War, World War I, World War II, Spanish-American War, Korea, Vietnam, and even one recently in Afghanistan. He died in duty. Tonight, I'm going to share two stories of chaplains who have gone above and beyond call of duty. One group of people who gave their lives, and another one who saved many lives. It was February 3rd, 1943. The USAT Dorset, a transport ship, was off the coast of Iceland. It was hit by a torpedo from a German submarine, the U-233. It began to sink. It was going to sink. It had over 900 people on that ship, including 4 military chaplains, a Roman Catholic, a Dutch Orthodox, Dutch Reformist, a Jewish, and one other. And they distinguished themselves by not only calming down the individuals that aided people into the life raft, but they actually gave up their lives in that incident. I'm going to read this account. One witness, Private William B. Bernard, found himself floating in oil-smeared water surrounded by dead bodies and debris. I could hear the men crying, pleading, praying, Bernard recalled. I could also hear the chaplains, all 4 of them, preaching, courage, courage. Their voices were the only thing that kept me going. There were not 900 life preservers on that ship. And those 4 chaplains each gave their own life preservers so 4 other individuals could live. Those chaplains were Lieutenant George L. Fox, Methodist, Lieutenant Alexander D. Gould, Jewish, Lieutenant John Washington, Roman Catholic, and Lieutenant Clark W. Pulling, Dutch Reformed. They didn't ask whether you were Jewish or were you Catholic before they handed out their life preservers. They saw someone who needed a life preserver, and they gave it. The Distinguished Service Cross, and Purple Heart were awarded to them posthumously on December 19th, 1944. There's actually, you see the stamp that was issued by the post office in 1948. There's actually a 4 Chaplains Foundation that recognizes individuals, common individuals, who go above and beyond the duty, risking their lives and sometimes giving up their lives so others can live. And there's another story I want to share. The story of Joseph Timothy O'Callahan. It was May 19th, 1945. The war was almost over. Off the coast of Okinawa, a Japanese kamikaze rammed the fully loaded with fuel and armaments USS Benjamin Franklin, nicknamed the Big Ben, CV-13. With all this jet fuel, armaments, there was fire all around the ship and was in danger of sinking. Not only did Father O'Callahan, as the Catholics knew him, or the Jews on the ship always say, Rabbi Tim, he just didn't help people, give them the last rites and calm them. He actually helped save the ship. And I want to read this account that was part of the recommendation that came from the captain of the USS Benjamin Franklin. Although wounded himself by shrapnel, Chaplain O'Callahan dashed about the slanting fire deck. Now remember, it's blazed and there's dead bodies strewn all over the flight deck. Administered last rites to dying sailors and comforting the wounded. He led officers and men into, at the same time, after he finished doing that, he led officers and men into the flames, carrying live bombs and shells to the edge of the deck and jettisoning them. O'Callahan personally recruited a damage control party and led it into one of the main ammunition magazines to wet it down and prevent it from exploding. The ship would have sunk what they had not put out that fire. Back on the deck, he grabbed the hose to dampen live bombs that were rolling dangerously about. There's actually footage of Father O'Callahan ministering last rites on the deck of the Benjamin Franklin as it's burning. They show it on Turner Movie Classics around Memorial Day. It's really inspiring. He received the Congressional Medal of Honor for his actions that day, above and beyond the call of duty. These are just two accounts of chaplains going above and beyond the duty. And when you think about it on a larger scale, the doctors, the nurses, the military intelligent individuals who risk their life on the front lines to minister our service individuals in situations of conflict. These are the people who should be included in those who go above and above the call of duty. Madam Toastmaster.